I know it's not quite the equivalent thing. Well, we'll talk about it here in a minute.
Prothean.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
Oh.
I'm on my way. What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
We should definitely be careful, but I don't think I want him to hear me say that, so...
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem. Will he?
That depends on you. I can sense fear in you, anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. Which... You found one. You saw it all. Our destruction, our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
Good question.
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the device. We're going to build it.
Device?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Okay, but how do you finish it?
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst?
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among
Killing.
my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist.
It's pretty hardcore, dude.
Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
Pretty black and white.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dried.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
I do.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters.
Touche.
The silence is your answer.
We found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the device?
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. What do you wish to know?
I get it, but like the equivalent would be, you figure humans have been modern Homo sapiens probably on the Earth for what, 100,000, 200,000 years, maybe. Scientifically literate for only the last 200 years, maybe. It'd be like if we were studying chimps or gorillas or orangutans or something, and then 50,000 years in the future you woke up, like you were frozen, you woke up and you were one of the last humans, but meanwhile chimps were the dominant species on the Earth. Like they developed writing and architecture and art and science and all this stuff. If you woke up and chimps were running the Earth, a la Planet of the Apes, presuming they didn't just enslave you outright, like if you woke up in Javik's position here, right? You'd be like, holy shit, you chimps got smart. Like, show me how you write. Show me what your movies. Show me your paintings. Show me everything. Like, I want to learn. I want to see what the fuck you guys have done in the 50,000 years. That's crazy. Chimpanzees. When I saw you guys, you were picking, lice off of each other and eating it. Show me what you know now. Whereas he's kind of like, oh, finally the chimps have learned writing. Ooh, I bet it's very cute. I don't know, dude. If I woke up in 50,000 years in the future and chimpanzees were running the Earth, I would be like, holy shit, show me what you guys learned. Like, I want to see this. How did this happen? This is crazy. Whereas he's just like, oh, you guys are peasants. Kind of being a dick.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered. What sort of government did you have? And can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a time. The Metacon War. We were turning the tide. Until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago, in ways we could never imagine.
I wonder if it's natural for there to be an organic versus machine divide. Like he said, oh, so the machines surpassed us, so therefore we decided that all organic life must unite against the machines. But life is life, right? There's nothing inherent in organic life that would make it team up with other organic life. And there's nothing inherent in machine life that would make it team up with other machine life, unless it was strictly political, right? Like, organic life decided, machines are a threat, we must destroy all machines. Or machines had decided, hey, organic life is a threat, we must destroy all organics. Life is life. Like, you would think that organic life could just as easily create an alliance with one machine race, and the machine race and the organic race could team up against another organic race or another machine race or something. There's nothing inherent in machine life that would make it antithetical to organic life, I don't think. I mean, that's how everybody's science fiction stories run, but that's not necessarily how it would work in real life. I don't know, maybe.
Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you. I think.
So, Reaper invasion happens every 50,000 years, yes? We don't know exactly how long it's been going on, but we know it's been going on for millions of years. That means 20 cycles every million years. So we're talking at least 40, 60 cycles, possibly hundreds of cycles. Is it reasonable to think that this cycle is the first one in which the dominant species of the previous cycle was able to leave enough clues for the following cycle that they would figure it out? In other words, are humans and Asari and Turians and blah 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 the first group to learn from their predecessors, the Protheans, that the Reapers are going to invade? Because the Protheans make it sound like, hey, everything that we did once the Reapers started to invade us, we were trying to salvage what we could. We were trying to set it up so that we could resurrect after the Reaper War and build a new empire, or at the very least we were trying to send a message to anybody that would be there the next time the Reapers would come to attack so that you guys would know it was coming. But should it not have happened multiple times before? Like, did the Protheans, for example, have a species before them? Did they find beacons of that previous species, or did they have messages from that? Did they have any idea the Reapers were going to attack? That's my question. Did the Protheans have any idea? He makes it sound like they didn't, because they were trying to unite other organic life when all of a sudden the Reapers attacked. So it makes it seem like they were ignorant of any Reaper invasion imminent, right? It just seems like it would take way fewer than several hundred cycles for some information to leak ahead to the future cycle that something was coming. It seems unlikely that this is the first cycle in which we've had information that the previous cycle had. Maybe. I don't know. It just seems unlikely. Because every previous cycle had a spacefaring civilization, right? Which would mean they also had the ability to travel between the stars, communicate long distances and long times. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard to set up some kind of sanctuary where you could store information or people or messages or something. And the Citadel's been around for who knows how long. We thought that the Protheans built it, but we found out since that that's not the case. The Reapers built it, which means it's been around for millions of years. Is it? This is really the first time that anybody's been able to hide a message? I don't know. My point is, Protheans act like, oh, we left you a message, like Javik right now. It's like, how could you ignore our message? Well, it's like, well, dude, how do you think, like, why the fuck did you guys get wiped out? Don't look at us like, oh, we were superior and you didn't listen to our message. Like, no, you got wiped out. You're the last one of your species. Don't act like you had this shit all figured out and it was only some random chance that you ended up being destroyed. Like, we're actually doing better than you were. Or maybe we're not doing better, but we're in the same position you are, and here we actually have more knowledge than you do. You did, apparently. I don't know.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stations.
Oh, I asked this question just now.
What
Damn.
happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was
I
lost.
can't skip.
We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers.
Sorry, everyone.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire
Come on,
would
game.
have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your... But
There we go. I was hitting the wrong button. Okay.
What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
Nope.
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So could you read something about this room?
This is Grunt's room.
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
I like that Javik respects Grunt without even having met him.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
The Solarians.
There's also the Solarians.
Yeah.
The lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies.
Yara doesn't seem too into this guy.
Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik, though I still need time to recover. The shock has not worn off yet.
I understand. This must be a hell of an experience for you. We're just glad to have you aboard, Javik.
He seems kind of like a dick, but I can respect him in a way. Is there anything else in here to check out? Just talk to him, huh? Yeah, he's been through hell, so let's give him what he needs, and hopefully he can kick some ass against the Reapers.
Those poor colonists on Eden Prime. First the Geth attack, now Cerberus. For what it's worth, our new crew member doesn't need a translator himself, but he shall.
Sorry. Sorry, traitor. I thought you were going to be done any second.
So a Prothean? A real live Prothean?
Mm-hmm.
Has Liara stopped bouncing yet? I'm guessing there may have been some bouncing.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, that reminds me, I should probably go talk to her, huh?
Dr. Tassoni found useful information in the data you recovered, Commander.
Okay, I'll check it out in a second.
Hello again, Shepard.
Oh, we have a bunch to talk about.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
Okay.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship, impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
Okay, how'd that happen?
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I
Yeah.
don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
So where is Farron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
I thought
Why are
I'd
you
covered
looking
my
over
tracks,
there?
but he had surveillance there all along.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Dude, you're distracted. Shepard. What the hell, man? Prothean Notes, 2186, Entry 1. The things this Prothean must have seen. If they had the technology to preserve someone for 50,000 years, no wonder they were capable of building things like the device on Mars. I must give him time to get his bearings, but goddess, when will we get another chance to learn so much about their civilization? Attached. Notes on Protheans. Nothing over here, right? Oh! Remains of Reaper Destroyer. Wait a minute, go back, I want to read this. To avoid the risk of indoctrination, remote drones have been sent to study the salvaged remains of a Reaper Destroyer. The drones can dig under the outer hull, scanning circuits for technology that will increase the speed at which tech, biotic, and combat abilities can be fired. Alternatively, the Council has offered a Citadel-wide merchant discount for choosing the safer option and demolishing the remains. Nah. Scan the remains for new technology, man. Take the risk. Okay, I don't believe there's really anybody else we need to talk to right now, so we'll check. I think I'm going to stick with the white uniform. I kind of like it. We're going to check the journal here in a second. Oh, squad. Ooh, we leveled up. I don't know when that happened. I think I like that one better. Do I want to do that, though, or do I want to do something else? Nova, maybe. Yeah, need to up Nova. And maybe fitness? Okay, so we have the Prothean Obelisk and the Shrike Abyssal. We have Palaven. We have the Cerberus Lab on Sanctum. We have Eden Prime, the new resistance movement. The colonists of Eden Prime are fighting the Cerberus occupation. Help the resistance move by getting them Cerberus. Intel. How the hell am I supposed to do that? I wonder. Let's see, where should we go next? Oh right, Asgard. We have to come back though because the damn Reapers are everywhere. Cerberus Lab. That's way the hell off in the other direction. Let's go try to rescue the Turian Primarch first. Okay, first we always check the rest of the system. We don't have enough fuel. Enter the system. Okay. Let's go here first. The Gemma system. Wait, no. Ugh.
I found something.
Wreckage of a fuel depot. 800 units of fuel received. Yeah, they're here. More fuel. Oh, well, shit. That doesn't help me at all. Get out of here.
Reapers eluded.
Nothing there, huh? Phaeax. Phaeax is a large terrestrial planet with a frozen surface and a thin, nitrogen-based atmosphere. It presented the Turians with an interesting engineering challenge: how to mine its abundant heavy metals and get them off the high-gravity planet without requiring so much fuel or ezo that it ruined the profit margin. As a result, the hierarchy heavily subsidized these mining concerns in return for retaining large stores of gold, iridium, and niobium for their strategic reserve. Sensors report a large Reaper force of capital ships and destroyers here, which have chased off Fiex's defenders. Interestingly, they seem to have captured several of the orbital stations intact rather than turn them to slag. Neos. A small terrestrial planet bathed in argon and carbon dioxide, Neos has a pressure cooker atmosphere. Probes revealed calcite cliffs but few valuable minerals, and so the planet had only a few artificial satellites when the Reapers hit. Fragments from destroyed scientific research stations and spy drones litters the planet's Lagrangian points, presenting a navigation hazard. Digerus. A hospitable world, home to dextroamino acid-based life, this Turian colony was famous, until recently, for being the site of the bloodiest battle in Turian history. During the Krogan rebellions, a warlord named Grakon Dahl took the fight to Palavin's home cluster, bombarding the modestly defended Digerus. When reinforcements came to intercept him, Dahl's navy put their rear to Digerus so that stray shots would hit the planet. The Turians won despite this severe handicap, using countless fighters and cruisers to take down the Krogan dreadnoughts. Today, the Turian fleet holds Digerus in a stalemate. The Reapers, concentrating on Palavin and elsewhere, sent a relatively light force to take the planet, which the Turians repelled. The Turians stand guard at Digerus, while the Reapers travel throughout the system, destroying targets of opportunity until reinforcements arrive. Neos. Carborix. A tiny rock planet with a thin, reducing atmosphere, Carborix was remotely mined for millennia. First for rarer platinum group metals and radioactives, then catalysts and semiconductors, and eventually structural materials like titanium, iron, and nickel. Recovery operations were grinding to a halt just before the Reapers hit the planet. The attack turned orbital stations and the Turians' early warning satellites into molten metal. Iritum. Iritum is a moderate-sized hydrogen-helium gas giant with clearly visible rings. Reaper capital ships have pounded the system's moons, methodically destroying the colonies here and dismantling the infrastructure. The star chart extolling the natural beauty of the ring system now seems inappropriate.
Signal confirmed.
Here they come! What do we got? What do we got? Banner of the 1st Regiment. And Banner of the 1st Regiment. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here!
Faster than light jump successful.
Phew! Have to come back for this crap. Right. The Trebia system. Impera. The small planet Impera is a hothouse of helium and argon, the latter a product of decaying radioactive materials. Robo-mining was once lucrative here, but like the rest of the solar system, the only remaining veins are inaccessible by cost-effective means. The planet is named for Atrin Impera, the Turian Machiavelli, whose ambitious political philosophies led to her reign as regent in the continent-spanning Nealan Empire for more than a decade. She famously combined citizenship tiers with a meritocracy, rather than a caste system, which served to strengthen her empire. This practice fell in and out of favor for centuries before its revival early in the Turian's age of nation-states. The Reaper invasion largely ignored Impera, sending only a token force to destroy the scientific equipment around the planet. Essinus. Essinus is a hydrogen-helium gas giant that was home to a substantial Turian garrison during defending the planet's fuel infrastructure. It once held a distribution center for antiproton-based fuel as well as the more common helium-3 collectors. The garrison is now gone. The Reapers drove the Turians off and destroyed all available machinery. The Reapers appear to have moved on. A few Volus ships are now visible, likely present to scavenge the wreckage. Calyx. Like nearby Aventon, Calyx was named for an ancient philosopher and author, but where Aventon wrote for the military leaders of tomorrow, Calyx focused on those who feed, clothe, heal, and arm the soldier. Her enormous tome, Service, features a lengthy chapter on laws that formed the basis for the Turian concept of citizenship tiers. Calyx is lower in temperature than Aventon, and its minerals were thus exploited first. The Turian defenses on Calyx are not completely destroyed, which is unusual. It may be that remnants of the scattered Turian fleet regrouped, using the planet for cover, and eliminated the satellite-hunting Reaper destroyers before their mission was complete. More likely, the destroyers found a way to compromise the defenses through wireless hacking. The unmanned drones present now obey them. Nothing? Aventon. Aventon is named for a tactician philosopher whose treatise on leadership is known by every Turian youth who pays attention in class. It is a small, hot rock planet surrounded by a haze of methane and helium. It was thoroughly mined for valuable minerals in the early days of the Turian space age, and since then has had little to offer. Aventon's token spy satellites and defense drones proved no match for even a small Reaper presence, and best reports suggest they have been eliminated. Palaven. The only thing on this planet that isn't silver are the Turians. It's all too clear they're made of steel. These were Alliance hero John Grissom's impressions of the Turian homeworld Palaven, seen by humans for the first time following the First Contact War. The Turians' martial attitude permeates every aspect of Palaven society, from architecture to art to politics. It's no surprise that their homeworld was never occupied by an invading force until now. The Reapers, aware of their enemy's reputation, brought overwhelming force to Palaven and did not hesitate to bombard cities that resisted, and all of them resisted. The dust and smoke from pulverized cities is now a breathing hazard across much of the planet. Water and power supplies have all but vanished. Still, the fight here has cost the Reapers dearly. Alliance Travel Advisory. Palaven's weak magnetic field means solar radiation levels are greater than those found on other habitable worlds. Human visitors are advised to wear enviro suits or other radiation protection while when visiting Palaven. Population 6.1 billion. Pre-invasion. Capital of Cypritine. Okay, let's do some scanning. I don't think there's anything in this solar system, given that there are no Reapers here to fuck our shit up. But all the same, let's just do it. Okay. Mine. Palaven's largest moon has been shrouded in secrecy since the dawn of the Turian space age. During the Krogan rebellions, the hierarchy classified nearly all data on Mene and its sister moon Nanus, because they feared the Krogan could use the moons as weapons by smashing them into Palaven's surface. However, some information has leaked out. Images of Turian bases where personnel walk without envirosuits indicate advanced infrastructure, likely a network of subterranean tunnels with powerful mass effect field generators that retain heat and atmosphere over swaths of the surface. The Reapers' plans for bombarding the bases were met with fierce resistance by the Turian fleet and the moon's anti-aerospace defenses. With their easy victory stalled, the Reapers deployed a variety of ground units to take the bases one at a time. The Turians have the advantage on the moon, but the Reapers have the patience to slowly grind them down. With every base captured, the Reapers deny the Turian fleet another place to repair or refuel. Orbital distance classified, orbital period 33 days, classified. We go now to rescue the Turian Primarch.